What's up, guys? It's the RedScizor, and welcome to a new series that I guess I'm calling RedScizor Rants, where I pick a topic and I rant about it for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be that regular. I generally don't like to be like that negative. I was never into like the angry video game nerd kind of era of YouTube, where people are just kind of like hating on things for the sake of it. But this is something that has bugged me for so long, and I just feel like throwing my thoughts out onto the internet. So here we go. We're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. And its music. Because a lot of times I'll hear people say, like, they'll do that super funny joke where it's like, whoa, this soundtrack comes with a free game attached. It's got so much music. And yeah, there's a lot of music in Smash. But I feel like I have seen people who share my opinion, but I don't see it as much. And it confuses me. Okay, here's the thing, right? I think the way that music is handled in Smash is just weird sometimes, really nonsensical, and in some cases just kind of bad. Let me explain myself. So I've pulled up a bunch of examples of different things that really bug me about the way music is handled in this game. Because, with Smash kind of becoming like the celebration of video games, I think they could have done a lot better with the way they handled the music. And so let's just get into it. First things first, the way some games get music representation is just kind of strange sometimes. So here we have one of the worst offenders. Fire Emblem Fates is a game that I think has some really great music across all three versions. I actually don't like Revelations music as much, but Conquest and Birthright have so many amazing map themes that I think would be perfect to like have as background music in a fighting game, and that are super iconic. I mean, it's super weird that we don't have a Road Taken. Like, that song isn't even like my most favorite or anything from Fates, but a lot of people love that song and it's really iconic to the game. Why is it not in the game? The only song in Fates that is in Smash is Lost in Thoughts All Alone. And it's not in there once. It is in there 4 times. As you see, we have 3 of them here. Why is the representation of Fates music the same song 4 times? I get that this is like the Fates song or whatever, but like, why is it the only one? It just baffles me. Who is like, yeah, we need the 4th version of Lost in Thoughts. A light, Road Taken, songs like that. We don't need them. We need Lost in Thoughts 4 times. Like, I don't get it. It's weird. And it just kind of frustrates me. Like, the thing is, if this was like a third-party franchise, I get it. Maybe there's some weird licensing stuff. That's always an issue. Like, I'm not here to complain today about the lack of Final Fantasy VII music in the original version of the game. That makes sense, because that was literally, Square Enix being annoying and not letting them have more than that. This, though, is a Nintendo franchise. Like, yes, Intelligent Systems develops it, but Fire Emblem isn't like Pokemon, where Pokemon's rights are like weird and kind of split between like 4 companies. And it's all this confusing stuff, like Yoshi's Woolly World. Like, every amiibo would like work with that game except the Pokemon. But like, that's just because Pokemon's rights are just kind of a mess. But like, Fire Emblem, it's not that complicated. There should be nothing stopping them from just, copying the MP3 file of Road Taken and putting it in the game. But they consciously made the decision, like, no, it just needs to be Lost in Thoughts 4 times. Why? I know this is like something that probably just bugs me, but I don't actually think that, because I've seen people share my opinion. So that's kind of why I want to make this, because I just want to throw my thoughts out into the ether. Second thing that it bugs me about Smash music: some songs just not looping properly, or they pick the worst version of the song they could possibly choose. And an amazing example is this song, Heat Haze Shadow. This song is great. It's from Tekken 7. It plays during the final fight, between Kazuya and Heihachi. Now, what doesn't make sense about this is that they didn't choose the version of the song that plays during the final fight. No, they picked the one that plays during the cutscene before that doesn't loop. What? Why? Now, this is a third party, so maybe it was Bandai Namco, but here's the thing. Smash is made in the Bandai Namco building, because the team that works on it, other than Sakurai, are all Bandai Namco people. Like, Tekken is made, like, across the room, you know, from from Smash. Sakurai and Harada, the Tekken dev, like, they've gotten to know each other. They even did, like, a podcast type thing together because they saw each other so often at the office. Like, there's no way that the only file they could get for Hey Shadow was the cutscene version. And why this is a problem is because the song doesn't loop properly. The song gets to this point, not only does it cut off part of the song, because, you know, in the game, this is just where the cutscene ends, but it, like, when you're playing in Smash, the song gets to, like, this 145 mark, and then it's just silent for, like, 5 seconds, and then starts again. Again, it's not like this is the only version of the song. There is a version of the song that plays during the final fight that loops. Why did they pick this version? It's so frustrating. I was really excited when I heard this song was getting in, but it's been completely ruined by the fact that it only plays part of the song, and then it just cuts off for 5 seconds. It's what? Another song that's like this is, or like in a similar vein, is, I believe Live and Learn, and a lot of, I'm going to talk about Sonic music later, but because it's related to this, I'll talk about it a little bit here, where, like, a lot of the vocal tracks from Sonic, they didn't pick the full versions of the song. They pick, like, the version that plays during the intro or something, or, like, it'll just be the first verse and then loop. Why? It's so obnoxious. Like, I want the full song, not just the little snippet, the little abridged version. It's just, I don't get it. It's so strange. All right, another thing that bugs me. Maybe this one's a little less egregious, but it does bug me a lot. Some really iconic songs for different games and franchises are only in the game in, like, a mashup medley type thing. For example, the Wily Fortress theme from Mega Man 2, which I'll just start playing, it starts at the 50-second mark. This song is incredibly iconic to Mega Man 2 especially. Like, before I even knew anything about Mega Man, I knew this song. For whatever reason, it is stuck, attached to another song. It's not even like the song it's attached to is bad, but, like, I don't know, it just bugs me because I want to have Wily Fortress theme playing, but I have to have this other song play for 50 seconds before I can even hear it. Why? This is also the case with Bloody Tears, another, like, super iconic song from Castlevania. I was really excited that it would be in the game, but you can't just have Bloody Tears playing. It has to transition to Monster Dance, and you don't get the full song. It really bugs me, because these songs are like, the songs from these franchises, but they're just only in the game as stapled to other songs. Like, you can still have these medleys, but, like, at least give me the option just to have the regular song. I don't know. The next thing that bugs me... Okay, let's talk about Sonic. Why is there only one Sonic remix in the entire game? To this day, Angel Island Zone is the only remix Sonic has ever gotten. And that was from, look, Brawl. It has never gotten another remix track since. Huh? And this is one of those things where, okay, this is a third party. But Sega and, like, Sonic Team don't strike me as the kind of people who would be like, no, you can't remix our song, you know. You know, they've worked with, like, fan creators to, like, make some of the music for the game sometimes and whatnot. Like, didn't, like, Hyper Potions do the song for, like, one of the songs for, like, Sonic Mania? Like, I don't think Sega is the problem here. I think that, like, the way they talked about it, they talked about, oh, in Castlevania, a lot of people on our team wanted to make remixes of Castlevania music, so there's a lot of remixes. Does everyone on the team just hate Sonic? I feel like music and Sonic, like, go hand in hand so much, and Sonic has so many iconic songs that either, one, just not even in the game, and two, we don't have any remixes of anything or, like, cool new renditions. Why not? Why is it only Angel Island Zone? I don't understand. It's just so strange. And here's the thing. I don't know how music is chosen to be put in the game. Now, I guess the only time I feel like they've really talked about it is when, like, Terry got in, and then we got a million songs from that company. But the way they described it is they picked a bunch of songs, like 40 songs or whatever, and then sent them to be like, are these okay? And they were like, yeah, we don't care. You can use all of them if you want. And then they did. But that tells me that they do, like, specifically pick, get a list of, like, here's all the songs we want from this game or franchise. But I feel like some of the ways they choose, like, again, why only choose Lost in Thoughts? Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind this. I don't know if it's just, like, a personal bias, like they just don't like Sonic, which I guess you shouldn't force them to work on something they don't want to, but I just find it so strange. And I have Xenoblade pulled up, because even, like, Xenoblade kind of bugs me a bit. It doesn't have very many remixes. Originally, like, wasn't the only remix the medley, and I actually don't even really like the original medley. Like, I remember when Shulk was revealed or something, or we got some of the I think it was one of the later trailers. They, like, played some brief snippets of remixes that would be in the game, and they played a brief section of the medley. I think it was Engage the Enemy. It was like the Engage the Enemy part, or something like that in the trailer, and I was like, whoa, it's crazy. And then I come to find out that it's just a tiny section stapled to this medley. No, it really sounds like I hate medleys, but I actually don't hate every medley. Let me make that clear. Like, the Xenoblade 2 medley, I actually love this medley. I think this medley is fantastic. The songs all sound great, and it's a great celebration of one of my favorite games. I love this track. Not as big on the Xenoblade 1 though. But yeah, I mean, some franchises just feel like they don't get enough remixes. And, like, the disappointing thing about Xenoblade 2 was the Counterattack remix is kind of mid, unfortunately. It's not great, and I don't think we have the original version of Counterattack, which is another thing, like, where the song will only get in as a remix. And it's like, oh, if you don't like the remix rendition, you're just screwed because the original version's not in the game. I don't know. This is my big rant about Smash music. I think the thing that annoys me absolute most, like, some of this is definitely pet peeve stuff, but stuff like the Heat Hey Shadow using the cutscene version and not the actual battle version, this is, I feel like, just kind of inexcusable and, like, comes off as even, like, unprofessional. Like, there's no way you couldn't have just put the proper version in the game. It doesn't make sense to me. But I do want to make it clear, I don't absolutely hate Smash music. Obviously, there is a lot of music in the game, and a lot of it is good. And, we did get stuff like the Valedictory Elegy. Like, sometimes they do pick, like, banger songs and give them banger remixes. Like, this is fantastic, and there are more examples of stuff like this in the game. But it just really, I guess it just strikes me as, like, it could have been so much more, but they make some of the weirdest decisions when it comes to music in this game. But, that's my rant, my little 15-minute rant, almost. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I'm just kind of trying this out and throwing words out into the ether. But if you liked it, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. I won't make another one. But, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.